Ready? Hi, I'm Rogiera Toussaint Michel. I am the Chief Executive and Strategist at Urban Niche Marketing. Thank you so much, everyone here, for joining us for the Small Business Buffet. I'm here with our co-hosts, Kim Kramer of Pavian and Russell, Brent S. Harding of the Brent S. Harding Co., and our marketing coordinator, Gigi. Hello, everybody. Brent Harding will jump into her presentation, but I will let her introduce it herself. Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, thank you, everybody. It is a pleasure to see a full house. My name is Brent Harding, and I have the privilege of managing a solution consultancy firm. So you can tell by the word solution that obviously I work on problems. And what our company does is we help small and mid-sized businesses enhance their engagement. To put the wow back into to the company and to the work that they're doing. We work primarily with sales forces and management teams and the employees at large. The end result we expect, and so far surveys are telling us this, is that sales go up. So especially in the real estate industry, sales go up, revenue for the company increases, and the employees become the brand ambassadors. So companies are not going out searching for the ambassadors, their employees become the ambassadors. What we work to do is to help companies understand that when you invest in your team, it pays back 100-fold. So with that being said, I'm going to focus today on, one, a subject matter that is near and dear to my heart, and second, one that is not necessarily taught in business schools, and however it ought to be. I'm going to focus on self, each one of us, self, and our awareness. You know, whenever the word self comes up, I know people, I know my mother used to say, speak of my brother, and she would say, it's give me, get me, buy me, can I have? Whenever the word self came up. You know? And so I was a little bit thinking about that when I thought about how I would discuss the topic. In this case, self, we're going to say, listen, you have the right to indulge yourself in talking about self. But this is about self-awareness. And one, I have found that when I looked in course curriculums, even with master's programs, very rarely did I see something that dealt with self-awareness. And that's what made me want to bring the topic to all of us today. And so, what in fact is self-awareness? Well, we know what self is, but what is the awareness? And the awareness is how we show up, or how present we are, especially in conversation to the things that we're saying. So all of you are here today. You have either businesses or you have related services. So how are you showing up in terms of having a conversation with individuals? How I became aware of awareness was I was at an event, a networking event, and there was a colleague who I assumed was a friendly. In other words, we weren't just colleagues, but we were actually friends. So I share with her how I asked her, do you think that I could bring in $75,000 a year for a cost center on speaking engagements? When I did not get a response, it made me go back and think about, well, what did I say to her? What made her not react at all? And I looked at the setting. Maybe it was the setting. You know, we're in a networking event, yada, 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 so maybe that was it. Ultimately, what I was able to conclude was it was the wrong question. The question made her think, well, why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me that? Have you not done speaking engagements before? Do you not know that you need to have a portfolio of information? And I went down the whole list. Here's what happened. As a result of that one statement, that one question, I dropped down notches in her view of me. Because now I came off as if I was somebody that was not cognizant, that did not know. It was the wrong question. Here was another thing. I came to her and I was asking something of her, but what had I offered? Hadn't offered her a thing. And then, let's go a little bit deeper. You know that all of you, how many of you are in business, own your own businesses? Okay. How many times have people wanted to get something from you and they don't want to pay you for your service? Okay? They hear you do something and they do not want to pay you. So what ends up happening is, as I delved deeper into this, I looked at it and I said, she's thinking that I just want to get something for nothing. I'm not offering anything. I don't come to the table with anything. And if you multiply that by the many, many people that will do the same thing, by the end of the day, how many times has somebody asked for something for nothing? And ergo awareness. My awareness should have offered before you take. You give to get. So one of the most powerful questions, or one of the most powerful statements that I can leave with you today is this. Be in solution mode by making an offer. How, and this, I want you to hear this verbatim. How can I support you? Not how can I help you? How can I support you? Go in for the support and then come back for what it is that you are looking for support for. Had I gone in with that kind of statement or had that kind of persona, there goes awareness. Being cognizant of how you, is the message that you are putting out what you want somebody to hear. So if we started a game, which you probably have done as a kid, and I whisper something in Gigi's ear, by the time it gets around, what, you're going, where did the breakdown occur in that? What did you hear? Every step. And especially, what happens is if I whisper, she didn't hear it, then she's got to think,
it sounded like.
So then pass it on. And then, you go through that, and somebody else didn't hear it. Now, either we all have a bad case of poor hearing, are we present? And so that was something that I got out of that is, what is the message? What do you want somebody to hear? And does it make us more cautious? Yeah, it can make us more cautious, but here's the deal. We need to test the environment that we are in. Are we in, it's like with a reporter. Is this an on the record conversation? Because if it's on the record, we're gonna have a different conversation. Now, if it's off the record, if it's padre to padre, if it's kumbaya session, that's a different story. I didn't check the record, and as a result of that, now I have to inbound her to me because she's not hearing me outbounded to her. And I saw my value just diminish unnecessarily. So self-awareness is about how you, me, us. How do we want to show up in the environment that we're in? And the amazing thing is self-awareness usually occurs by happenstance. It occurs by, how do I describe it? It's on the job. We learn this by trial and error. And in many instances, we do not even know whether or not we actually burn something. We do not know. We're just learning it trial by error. And that's why I'm amazed. I teach it in not only in personal development, but also in professional development. And so what I would like to leave with you is that awareness means you're cognizant. We have two brains. We have the brain one is automatic. Okay, for example, I was reading a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. And in there, the writer, I can't think of his name right now, that's a terrible thing to think. One of the things that I appreciate is he said, if a bat and a ball sold for $1.10 and the bat sold for $1, how much did the ball sell for? What did the ball sell for, folks? 10 cents. Wrong. It sold for 5 cents. And you're stopping, you're going, what? I did the same thing. Because the first brain, which is considered the automatic brain or the lazy brain, immediately went, chip, chip, it's 10 cents. Did anybody take into account the taxes? So what did it sell for? And
if you buy it on eBay.
Oh, now we're going to get, oh, it's like that, huh? You said, Brent, I'm aware now. And The second brain is the brain that calculates things. Now, see, his second brain kicked in, and he had a comeback. Okay, that was good. That was good. Give me all a high five for that comeback. Boom chakalaka. Okay. So the second brain is the brain that thinks through everything. The interesting thing is, most of us think through on the first brain, because it's quick. Let's cut to the chase. Let's land the plane. What the writer was sharing with us in the book Think Fast and Slow is that we need to exercise our second brain and make it kick in so that it doesn't always operate on automatic. You know, it's like watching a TV program, one of those like Wheel of Fortune or something of that nature. You immediately answer before you hear the whole question. And especially for those of us that are in business, those of us that are entrepreneurs, we know that the legal person over here, oh no, she's in second gear always. The second brain. I was trying to give you some props there. But that is self-awareness. Being cognizant of the message when you walk in the room, what is the position that you want to be in? And I will tell you, the second brain is always in a listening mode, looking for the space to slide in it. So I want to leave you with that. When you are in a space right here of self-awareness, you are then looking to make your second brain kick in. And your second brain always de factos to your first brain. So sometimes you need to snatch the first brain and say, no, I need to be in first position here so that I can be seen in the manner in which I want to be seen in. And again, my name is Brent Harding, and I have the privilege of working with companies to create solutions that really are endearing and cause your employees, no matter how large or small your firm is, cause employees to want to be excited. Your employees, your independent contractors, to be enthusiastic and to be brand for you, and to speak well of you. And it's been my privilege. I thank Rajira for making me a part of this evening's experience, and I will love to talk to all of you at some point in time, but I thank you.